Greetings and welcome to the first devlog of a new game we're working on called Project VOX. I know, the game is not that hype, but in my defense, this is an early prototype. So as you can see from the gameplay, if you can really call it that, the game is a wave shooter. Okay, you got me. It's a vampire survivor clone. And I know there's already a million of them, but this one will be co-op. Okay, but online co-op. And it will also be set in space. Okay, but in all seriousness, besides the aforementioned, the game will also have a couple of additional ideas to separate it from the pack. For example, like player classes with unique active abilities. And since the game is co-op, it is being built from the ground up with that in mind. The game is also being made in Unreal Engine by me and two of my close buddies. So, for a change, I'm not actually alone. Huh. Feels kinda good. Oh. Now, at this point you might have some questions. Like, why am I a knight? How does this fit the sci-fi aesthetic? And to that I say, good point. Let's fix that. Oh wow, it actually worked. Huh. Oh. And now I'm also floating in space. Great. Hey, did you know that space is mostly empty? Meaning you could travel through it in a straight line for thousands of years and the odds of hitting a larger object are near zero. If you watched some of my previous videos, you would know I'm working on a bigger project in Unity called Frost. So why the sudden shift to a new project and to Unreal? A game engine I have zero experience in versus the game engine I have been using for years. Well, first off, can you really call yourself an indie game developer if you don't have at least one side project? And secondly, the project was being made in Unity. So, I think you already know the reason why. Huh, huh. Where was I? Oh, right. Well, if you happen to not know the reason, long story short, Unity as the company did an any percent speedrun on how to ruin a business's reputation, and I think they got a world record. So like me and many others, we lost trust in the company. So from now on, I'm no longer a Unity fan. From now on, I'm an Unreal enjoyer. And regarding what I'll do with Frost, I'll probably remake it in Unreal Engine sometime in the future. So the project is being benched until I gain more experience in Unreal. And what better way to learn a new game engine than to make a simple game like Vampire Survivors? So like any good devlog series, we created a new project and created a cube. No, not a bean. That's Unity's thing. This is Unreal. We have a cube here. I think. Then I started clicking random buttons until I figure out what is what. Oh yeah, and I also watched some tutorials. And then we get to the blueprint. Oh Jesus! I don't know why, but I find the blueprints really weird. I mean, they're cool and all, and perfect for beginners, especially since I don't know C++, but I don't know, they kinda mess with me. Like in normal programming languages, if you want to calculate something, you just write a bunch of symbols and you're done. Voila, good job. But here, I don't know. I feel like I need to do a whole session of mental gymnastics just to get the same results. I don't know why, since the logic is completely the same, but I am getting more used to it over time. And at this point, I think I found my problem. I used to think of nodes as a whole single line or even a function, while in reality they more or less represent a single word. But that's just me. Have any of you had the same issues? Or am I just talking nonsense? Anyways, a bunch of tutorials and some code stealing, borrowing, and some borrowing. We created this. Okay, so now we have a character that can move, rotate, and has a basic walking animation. Now we need to add a gun and make it shoot. Seems simple enough. Add gun, add shoot. And it works! Okay, yes, there is a but. The problem is that there is an offset from the cursor to the point where the bullets are actually being fired. There should also be a simple fix, right? Oh boy, was I wrong. This stupid thing right here took me weeks to fix. Keep in mind I work on this in my spare time. So, to explain the problem, the weapon is attached to the mesh, and we thought because of this it's a good idea to rotate the hand which holds the gun towards the point we want to aim. And this was a good solution until the animations came into play, because hand rotation and the animations overlapped with each other, instead of the hand rotation just overwriting it, like it's supposed to in this option right here, but it just didn't want to work. After hitting rock bottom, I started thinking about alternative methods, and I quickly remembered the other hand. The other hand uses inverse kinematics to always hold the gun in a certain position. That gave me an idea. What if instead rotating the hand, we just rotate the gun, and then use inverse kinematics so the mesh holds the gun appropriately. And that's exactly what I did. I removed the weapon from the mesh, so it's no longer a child of it. I rotate the weapon instead of the hand, and then I also use inverse kinematics on the hands. And it worked on the first try. But I was still left very confused. Why, or rather, how am I so fucking stupid? Why did I not think of this before? Why did I even think the first idea was better? But hey, that's just game dev, am I right? Hey. Then, after some more tutorials and tweaks to the current code, we had multiplayer. Yeah, it was that easy. We even already created a rough but functional lobby system. So, player controller check, co-op check. Next, something to shoot. For prototyping purposes, we quickly added a cubic boy into the scene, slapped some code to him, called him an enemy, and called it a day. Oh, and he also dropped some XP. The next thing we worked on was the UI and the upgrade system. but I'm getting tired of writing this script, so I'll leave that for the next time. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Okay, I read the script. Can I go now? Oh, no, 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 no. No, this is only the beginning. Hey, it's me again. Managed to escape that psycho. In conclusion, Unreal is pretty cool, and I'm glad I tried it. It also wasn't that hard to get into it, which I was quite pleasantly surprised. I remember people used to say that Unreal was hard to get into, but in my experience it wasn't really that hard. Or rather, it's the same as learning any new software these days. Like sure, there's a million options, but just like anything else, learn one or two things a day, and before you know it, you get the hang of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to creating more wonderful things in Unreal Engine. I hope the video was entertaining. Stay safe and have a wonderful day. See ya!